What do you think of the polishing with a rotary?
I enjoyed it. Relatively quick process again, and surprisingly, we managed to work the whole car without needing a 3-inch, without needing our nano, just manipulating that pad into corners. What about you?
It's nice and smooth, works well with the polish, and actually I really enjoy using the clean bit of DIY detail rinses on there.
Yeah.
A couple of sprays, the bucket thing, cleans the pad up, makes it so much easier.
We're stuck on one pad each
Yes.
for the whole vehicle. We're
and
not
having
doing
that
this
wet
swap in,
pad
swap out.
or damp pad
Yes.
works
Yeah.
well. Yep, no heat, nice.
So next step is panel prep.
Okay.
Let's go to the bonnet.
Okay.
So panel prep.
Okay.
You've used adhesion promoter polish.
Yes.
And once you use this, you'll go back to adhesion promoter polish.
Okay, but
No.
let's try this. We
Right,
haven't
this
tried it.
works well. It does the job,
Okay.
but it's not the same as an adhesion promoter polish. This actually, done properly, can take a little longer than the adhesion promoter polish.
Okay.
A lot of people will spray it on the surface and wipe it up. All you're doing at that point is basically moving the stuff around on the surface.
Okay.
What we want to do is actually spray it into the towel. And you'll notice I'm putting more
that's-
sprays than you're
That's a
using.
lot of product for you on there.
Yeah, but this product will go a long way. Then we take this towel, we take a secondary towel. Depending on the temperature and the humidity where you're working, you can be slower or faster.
Okay.
I'm emulsifying all the stuff on the surface, and before it dries, I'm lifting it off the surface with a secondary towel.
Okay.
And that's it.
And so why that? Why not spray it on and then wipe off?
So spray on, wipe off. You're A, using a lot more product. B, you're not having the agitation of the first towel to emulsify and break down and lift, and then the second one to wipe it off.
It's kind of similar concept to the water spot remover. We're loading up a towel and using it to make sure we're spreading it. So that's a spreading towel.
Yes.
And we're spreading rather than spraying to apply and getting better coverage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys.
And why do we need to use a panel prep before we put a spray sealant or a coating or something else like that on there?
Excellent question. To deep clean the surface. The gold standard polish definitely deep cleans, but there could be something else on there beforehand.
Okay.
We don't know if this car had a wax on it before or a sealant. The polishing removes that, but we just want to be safe.
And that's going to help promote the bonding of whatever else we're next going to put on the surface.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, this flashes really quickly.
Yes. It's
So
a little warm and humid in here.
Are you trying to get that second wipe before it flashes?
Correct, before it dries. And if not, work in smaller sections.
Okay. And how often are we reloading this?
When
Few spritzes every
when you
panel?
find that it's not getting wet anymore.
Yeah, very quick rainbowing effect.
Yeah, so here you go, Glenn.
Thank you.
You can do the windows at the same time.
Do you want to do that? I'll wipe, you do that, and then spray me. Teamwork.
So follow behind drying. So you're both right-handed?
Yep.
No.
No.
No? Okay.
We just spent hours polishing this. Don't damage it.
Yeah, I'm not damaging it. You're in my way. It's because you should have started from that end and come this way. Okay. More spray, please.
I feel like you can keep going.
Yeah, I probably can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can. Look at that.
So in this case, Glenn, you're right-handed. Glenn, you're left-handed.
Why don't you just do both?
Because it
No.
seems a bit lazy for you.
But you guys are reversed.
Yeah, we are. So I should be doing what he's doing. Or we should go the other way around the car.
The other direction.
You
of the
haven't
car.
Yeah, let's go here. Okay, so let's
haven't-
finish this panel. Let's finish this panel.
You ever got
So
the
know
button
where
on
we're
the door?
at. Okay, we'll just stop there. And then let's go this way.
That way you can work closer together without crossing the line. You've already done that fender, by the way.
I've already done that fender. Okay, wipe the please. Always do the fender twice.
It's extra clean.
Yeah.
You can keep going.
It's very dry.
So you're gonna have to wait, slow down a little bit.
So he can, otherwise it's flashed away.
Yeah.
Done.
I know you like rubbing on a Porsche, but
What Ivan said is you need to work a little bit quicker.
Oh,
Why don't you spray it all over me? You do that on purpose, eh? Not panel prepping, no, I'm not coating myself unless the coating is
no,
fantastic.
it's
I might.
PFAS free, but please don't coat your body.
Okay. What if I really want to?
Next step, applying the ceramic coating.
I'm
So,
excited to try this.
1 year ceramic coating, spray on. I don't recommend spraying it on the car. You can spray it on and wipe it with a towel.
Okay.
It's a waste of product. You're going to use way too much that way, and you're actually not going to do a better job.
Okay.
So, couple sprays on the applicator, and we apply it just like any other coating in a circular motion. Less is more.
Okay, really easy to see the trailer where you're working.
yeah,
there.
it sort of
Yeah.
darkened it, I
It
guess you
has.
could say, enriching that.
Now, the peculiarity of this coating is we can wait about half an hour before leveling.
Okay, so would you then walk around the whole car, apply it, and then level?
Pretty
Is
much.
that, yep.
And as you're going, instead of stopping, so I'm a little obsessed with efficiency, right?
Okay, yes.
So instead of stopping and doing this, I'm just going to do this and pick it up as I go.
Okay, so you're just using that as a pickup line. And then is there any benefit? So given that there's 3 of us here today and you're all about efficiencies, is there any benefit to one of us picking up a towel and starting to remove this?
No.
There's not. Okay. So we may as well do that, or we may as well give this some curing time.
Give it some curing time.
Okay.
So this doesn't have the instant bond technology
It
like the
has the
coatings.
instant bond technology, but why waste your time leveling with a towel? So the most efficient is to have 2 bottles,
Yes.
one of you on either side.
And we just kind of work our way around.
But we only have 1 bottle.
Okay.
So
We can watch you, Ivan.
it's a product. No, you guys can do it. You have gloves on.
We do.
Off you go.
And
Okay, well, before we do that, what kind of spray coating is this? Is it?
So it's a 1 year.
It's a graphene, TEOS, SiO2, and silicon carbide mixture.
Okay. Should we be shaking this before using it
Yes.
to make sure
Because
we've
the
got...
graphene needs
Yeah,
to
any
sort of
graphene
settle.
related product you want to shake.
Okay.
And as we go, just check back on here once in a while. You'll see that it'll 90% self-level.
Okay. So the benefit to then leaving this longer is that we're going to have an easier job leveling because some of it will have self-level.
Less work.
Okay, let's work. I'm all for that.
So in that case, I would have sprayed on the applicator
Okay.
just to not get overspray.
Okay, because I've
Right.
potentially put some back here. Okay.
But as you're going, ahead of your pad, you can spray a little bit.
Okay.
And you want to overlap onto the previous panel and onto the next panel, just a little bit.
What's your initial impression on slickness, Glenn?
It is quite slick. I'm getting a... No, that's the way I'm holding. I'm putting too much pressure with the pad, and that's where I'm getting the resistance. But no, it is slick. And you can feel it because when the pad is hitting the area where it's not coated, that's where I'm getting some...
Right, so you're getting that little grab, and then when the coating's there,
When
it
it just slides across, yep. So like if I'm coming back and overlapping these areas, yeah. And you can hear it.
Yeah.
But once you get the coating on there.
Yeah, and once you've applied once to an area, you don't need to go back over it. Now, do the arch, around the arch, because
I've missed that.
just do it in a straight line.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So we had a great discussion last night about the applicator pads. What's so special about your one?
So the foam is a closed cell foam. You're using less product, and 1 spray was more than enough, not 2.
Okay, I did too. So
Yeah.
It's a large area. Okay, keep
Yeah.
the tips coming.
So the applicator pad compared to a microfiber, and a microfiber pad, even with the saver type ones with the plastic lining in them, they still use a lot more product, and they put too much on the surface,
Right.
meaning your leveling becomes more difficult. And when the leveling becomes difficult, you put it too thick, you can end up with a coating that doesn't have the slickness it's supposed to have, that doesn't have the performance it's supposed to have, because you're actually putting too much. With coatings, more is rarely ever better.
Right.
And you could have done the whole door before adding
Okay,
another.
okay, yeah. And so a bottle of that size that's fitting in Glenn's hand, how many cars would you recommend would get out of it?
So that's a 50 milliliter bottle. You should be getting 4 to 6 cars, depending on the size. Now, when we come to production, it might not be that size bottle. So again, this is a prototype.
You can definitely see where this has started to dry. You can see the haziness.
Yep.
And then, which tells you exactly where you've been, like it's leaving a trail mark.
Yes. But those trail marks will actually go away in time.
Right.
To a high percentage.
All right, Glenn, I'm going to do half of this roof, and then
Okay.
I'm going to hand to you, and then you can kind of meet me around this side of the car at the back of the door, and then
Right.
we get to that point.
Yes, sir.
Actually, you're better just to go around in one fell swoop.
Okay.
So
So come around here then. Come and join me.
You go. You do this
No,
half.
actually, I'm going to get him to try another new product
okay. So
that
get
I
ready.
haven't talked to you guys about at all.
Okay. We'll have a quick go with this just to feel it.
Where have you done?
Half the roof. So just from here, from here, keep going. Okay, what's the other new product? See, I've distracted him. I've got him
Yeah,
added
okay,
on onto
yeah,
the fresh,
yeah,
the hot
okay.
newness.
No,
So-
I know what's in his hand.
Okay, okay.
So basically, a windshield sealant.
Okay.
So NV glass sealant.
Yep.
Actually, I know exactly what you meant about that first swipe
It
onto an
grabs it.
uncoated. It grabs,
Yeah.
and then it gets smooth,
Yep.
and it grabs, and it gets smooth.
So very, very difficult product to use.
Okay. I bet
Okay.
it will be like the difficult dilution of the rinseless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
very,
thing.
very, very,
Right.
yeah.
So you put one spray on the windscreen.
Okay.
You put your towel and you spread it.
Okay.
Then you wait for it to haze and wipe it off.
I'm sure I have the patience for that.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult. Let me have a go.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is going to be fine. We're going to use this on all the glass of the car.
All the glass, not the inside. Never put anything hydrophobic on the inside of windows. That's it.
Okay.
Then we'll let it sit for a minute or two.
Okay. And then come
Flip the
around.
towel to the other
remove
side,
excess.
level it off. Now, the 1 year coating can go on the glass as well.
Okay.
It can.
It can,
Can.
yes.
Can it go? We've got some
Yep,
black trim.
plastics.
Trim,
Yep.
fine. We've got a little bit of PPF.
Yes.
Fine.
And from your current testing of this secret product, what kind of longevity would you be thinking on a front windscreen? Or is this just something that you apply every wash? Kind of like a tire dressing. It doesn't matter. Just apply it.
You apply it every 2 or 3 washes.
Okay.
Depending on what your weather's like. If you've had a lot of rain, you know, it might only last a week if it rains all week.
Okay.
But it's inexpensive, it's easy to apply, and you haven't wiped it off yet. So basically you're applying. So don't over wipe.
Okay,
You're
so-
working
so-
too hard. You're distributing it.
Okay. Okay. Think of this more like initial level of a coating.
Yeah. And then stop touching it.
Okay.
And it can stay on the windshield for half an hour before you level it off.
Okay.
It's not a big deal.
So it's not a product that we're going to leave for too long and then get haziness.
I like to apply it with an applicator.
Okay.
And actually, you may not know this, Glenn, but right now, YouTube is having a 2-for-1 sale.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Omni Garage channel for free,
Yep.
and you're allowed to subscribe to the DIY channel for free as well.
Perfect. That is the best deal ever.
Yes. So at this point, Glenn, you can wipe off the windows.
Excellent. Let's do it. Okay. Thank you.
Can you leave a little section for me to wipe off?
Of the windows. I sure can.
Thanks.
Can't promise it's going to be exciting. It's quite hard, actually. It's quite a difficult job.
Is it?
Oh, that's what Ivan said.
So that's a glass sealant.
Glass sealant, yeah.
And what would be your longevity of that?
A week to a month, depending
it's
on
gonna
how
be
much
sort of-
rain.
Apply every second wash,
Yeah,
something like that. Okay.
Wait.
apply as needed.
We have already had this conversation then.
Yeah, I know. I missed it. And is it a glass cleaner or a glass sealant?
Sealant.
Sealant, okay.
If your glass isn't dirty, it will clean it, but
I can see exactly what you were saying with this coating, Ivan. A lot of it has started to self-level itself away. So the excess that we have remaining now, compared to what we had 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago when we started.
yeah. Now, you'll notice when we go to wipe it off, though, how difficult it is to wipe off.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems to be a common thing with the products you're putting in your hands today. Quite difficult.
Yeah. You actually have to move the towel over the surface.
Some people aren't going to like that.
Leave the back window for Glenn.
I will.
And what sort of speeds is the hydrophobic on the windscreen happening? What sort of...
About 50 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
Okay, that's quite good. That's
Yeah,
because I think 50 kilometers in New Zealand is the speed that we're driving around town.
correct. Yeah.
That's the most annoying speed
Yes.
because that's when water's going to be sitting usually. Whereas at high speeds, I mean, even if you've got nothing on your windscreen, that water still sheds off. So
Yeah.
that's a nice
I would be
speed.
comfortable with a coating starting to shed at 60, 65. Like, I think 50 is like, if something can start to shed the water away at 50,
Yeah, it's
that's
not
impressive.
It's not going to make the windshield perfectly
Oh,
clean at 50,
well,
but
well, exactly.
you're gonna start seeing the water movement.
Correct.
Now, if we look here, there I was putting it on too thick because I had, I was priming my
That
applicator
was
pad.
your initial. Oh, okay, yes, that's actually a perfect demonstration there of where it is slightly too thick.
Right.
So that's going to be, if that's hard to remove, goodness, that's going to be hard to remove.
Yeah, and here, like this section here, will be extremely hard to remove because there's nothing to remove. There's literally you can't see anything.
So we've probably been somewhere in the vicinity of what, 15 minutes maybe to get around to this point?
I
Have we
think
been a
we're
bit
8
longer?
minutes in.
Oh goodness, so we're going to have to take it easy for a little bit.
We're gonna have to go, grab a bottle of water and
It's too hard.
Now, if this applicator pad was going to soak right the way through, I'd have it on my glove. I've got a little bit there because that's where the hand's been touched. So,
When you spray it,
yeah.
it
Yeah.
will use out.
So this is not soaking at all.
no.
I tell you
No,
what,
the app- the
my
app-
I'll tell you
forehead,
what's soaking.
my forehead's
Your
soaking.
forehead, look at that. You need a no soak on there. Oh, actually, I know exactly what you need.
What?
I mean, we'll have to get DIY to make them in sizes for Glenn.
For
Glenn,
big heads.
You need a drip catcher.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that would magnetise up there somewhere? Just there. Just flip it over. We'll figure out a way, like some kind of necklace contraption.
Yeah.
I really like the drip catcher. One of my favourite products of the week.
I do want to try this. I know we're not meant to do it on here, but
No, I haven't said you can do that. As like a pickup area.
you just
You
get
do-
overspray. So you want to be doing that on more of a flat panel.
Yeah,
right?
and I think what he said is make sure that you then work it into the adjacent panels as well.
Yeah.
Seed.
Yeah.
Sit in
Give
the
them a
bag to
try
look at.
first. Make sure
Yeah.
you
Oh,
actually, they fit
No,
the New
I-
Zealand environment.
Yeah, we have different drips in New Zealand, I think.
Yeah.
So that's how much we've got. This is 50ml bottle.
Yeah.
And Ivan's just said that we've used too much.
Yeah.
So I think if we half that, you think?
Yeah.
Some good mileage out of a bottle of this.
But this is a small car.
Ready to remove now, or do we need to just let this sit
So-
for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
You can be ready to remove.
Okay,
Grab the yellow level 1 towel there.
this one here.
Yeah. And give it a try. See how difficult it is to
Okay,
level.
well, this is going to be the most difficult.
Yeah, that's going to
right?
be the most difficult because that's where I put too much on. So normally 1 pass is enough.
Okay, I'm conditioned here.
Yeah.
Normally it is really difficult.
Yeah.
I just like to step back and just look at that and just see have I left any high spots anywhere there. No, I have not.
No.
And this was the heaviest area of application on the car,
Correct, yeah.
and there's no high spots there.
Not the heaviest application. Your friend here is a little heavy-handed in areas, but
Yeah, around the back it gets a bit heavy apparently.
yeah.
That's okay. I can handle that. Would you like to have a quick turn here?
Yeah, sure.
And you only did this much, but
That's
you
all
don't
right.
really see any there.
I just wanted to just get
Yeah.
a feel for what the coating looked like, leveled versus non-leveled.
Okay, it's very slick on the wipe off.
Okay, and this is the first wipe, so we need another towel, do we? Second wipe?
You can.
Okay,
It's
not
not.
necessary.
It's not like a full-on 8-year ceramic coating.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of like an
nice. I like
insurance
to
wipe.
have a towel in each hand.
Yeah.
That way I can feel the slickness a little more.
Well, it's the second towel where you really get to appreciate the slickness.
That first application or that first wipe off is very slick.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that would be even slicker again.
Yeah, just have a feel with that then.
And this part we hadn't done the first wipe on, just so you know.
Oh, no, we hadn't. You're right, because
Yeah.
I had stopped here, hadn't I? I'd stopped
Yeah,
short.
so there's something that looks like it might be a potential high spot there.
Okay, and if we do
And it's
have a high
gone.
spot with us, if we come back 3 hours later and we go, oh goodness, missed a wipe a little bit here, what will
You
we
may
do?
need to apply just a little bit more.
Okay, so
After
reactivate.
3 hours.
Okay, reactivate.
You've got about half an hour to
Okay.
an hour to wipe it off.
Okay,
So I think first impressions there, slickness is one thing, but actually trying to remove the product is another thing.
Yes.
And I think if you can use a product that is really easy to remove, you're not pushing product, you're not fighting for a high spot, etc.
Right.
The ease of application makes it so much
Well,
easier.
when we talk ease of application, I'm not personally talking about the ease to put it on. I'm talking about the ease to then remove it. That's
To
the ease
level
of
it.
application to
Yeah.
level it, because that is where
the
that's where
fight
danger
is,
can happen. That's where the
Right.
fight can start.
yeah,
And the longer we leave it on the surface, the less leveling we have to do because it's
Yeah.
basically self-leveling.
yeah, and there's spots where I'm struggling to see where it is.
Yes. So basically we're going over with the towel to help activate it.
Yes.
A coating, if you don't level a coating, so even if you had a perfectly self-leveling coating, you still need to go over with a towel to sort of seal the surface.
Okay.
I've done coatings in the past where I missed leveling a spot, and that missed spot wasn't hydrophobic.
Yeah, I recall you talking about that actually. So the towel step, the removal is really important in
It's
making
part
sure
of
it's
the
applied
process.
correctly. Do you want to give me the? Should we just do, for the purposes of this, should we do 2 first wipes? If it's not necessary to do the second wipe.
Oh, level one.
Like, as in 2 level 1 towels, and we just work our way around.
You could just follow
You
behind.
could.
Or shall I
But-
follow?
But the longer you wait, the easier it's going to be.
Okay. So you think we need to leave it longer?
Right.
Okay.
So like on this rear fender, you did a great job. I can barely see the coating in just a few little spots.
Right.
So
That's the good amount of product.
You weren't over applying.
Right.
You want to
Whereas,
see it as you're applying it. You don't want to see it as you're leveling.
whereas here I sort of see more product. Or is that about right too? That's quite heavy there.
Yeah, that's very heavy. So, and you can level the back window while you're there.
And Ivan, is there an industry standard to these claims around 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 8 year, or is it all down to the individual manufacturer in their personal testing?
It's there are independent tests,
Okay.
but even the independent tests don't take into account maintenance. They don't take into account where is it driven, how often is it driven, is it stored indoors, outdoors? Because we actually do lab tests, and
Yeah.
this coating we've been working on it for 3 years, so it's a 1-year coating. There are vehicles that it's been on for 1 year
Okay.
on the road. That being said, what we base it on is a car that is not garaged,
Okay.
that gets washed every 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's our
So regularly maintained, but parked in the elements.
right, parked in the elements,
Okay.
regularly maintained, does roughly around 20 to 30,000 kilometers a year, and gets decontaminated on an as needed basis.
Okay, but there's
Every
no
6 months.
there's no industry standard, so there's nothing stopping the
No.
manufacturer from coming out and going, my coating is 12 years. And
Yeah.
then terms and conditions apply, which is
Yeah.
garage park, driven 1,500 kilometers an hour a year,
Yeah.
only for date night,
Right. Yeah.
you know, and washed, you know, every 3 days.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I've always said I can make a wax
Yeah.
last the lifetime of the car,
Yeah.
and I can make a coating fail in 30 seconds.
Okay. So it's all down to the conditions. It's a bit frustrating for me as a consumer that there is no industry standard there, because I'm really having to look at the fine print or look at the description to understand what the lab conditions are. But I find this whole 1 year, 3 year, 8 year also a little bit redundant, because a lot of customers, when we're putting a coating on the car as
Right.
well, will go, I'm not going to own the car for 8 years, so I definitely don't need that.
Right. So the way I like to explain it is a
Yep.
little differently.
Okay.
Our coatings are designed to do different things.
Yes.
Our 3-year coating. So if we talk the small bottle ceramic coatings.
Yep.
Our 3-year has graphene. Graphene is great at helping to reduce the incidence of water spots.
Okay.
Prevent water spots, can help reduce them. But the graphene component after 3 to 4 years is no longer present. It's fractured, it's gone.
And that's why you're making that 3-year claim on
That's
that
why we're
coating,
saying
because
it's a
it's going
3-year coating.
after 3 years, it's still going to be there. It's still
Yes.
going to have some performance, but it's going to start to fracture.
Right. The
Okay.
characteristic that you purchased it for
Yep.
is gone at that point.
Okay.
The 5-year coating is the one that we have the most gloss in.
Okay.
And there's always a trade-off. Do you want durability? Do you want slickness? Do you want gloss?
Okay.
There's a trade-off between all of that. So the 5-year is sort of the middle road. We have more durability.
Okay.
It's going to maintain that gloss for a long time, but it's actually not our slickest coating.
Okay. Slickest is the 8-year coating.
Right.
Yes.
And then the 8-year is the most durable and the slickest, but it's not the glossiest.
Okay.
And if you were to put them side by side on a panel, most people would not see the difference.
Okay.
But from a detailer's perspective, we can pick out those little differences.
Yeah.
The average consumer, no.
So the average consumer needs to forget about this. How long am I going to own the car for? And
Right.
they need to think a little bit more about characteristics. What am I looking for from my coating?
Right.
And maybe think about the conditions they're using the vehicle
Yeah.
in.
The way I like to term it is the 8 years for the daily driver that sleeps outside,
Okay.
that occasionally might accidentally go through a car wash.
How do you accidentally end up in a car
Well,
wash?
I mean, people,
Oh,
I never take my car through a car wash. You
Exactly.
see the sticker on the windshield that says they can go through 8 times a
Or
day
your
if they
friends
want.
borrowed it and so I
Yeah.
washed it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the 8-year coating is the most robust.
Okay.
Will it last 8 years? Well maintained, yes. And lasting and performance are two different things. The coating is still there. Our 3-year coating after 10 years will still be there. Will it be beading and sheeting? Maybe, maybe not, depending on how you maintain the vehicle.
Okay.
But the only way to actually remove the coating is through abrasion. It's not magically disappearing, doesn't evaporate over time.
Yeah.
When you look at our 5-year coating, that is the coating that I would recommend for, this is my dream car.
Okay.
Like your Subaru, or Subaru, sorry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is a car that you're keeping in the garage.
Yep.
You want it as glossy as possible.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be going through a car wash. You're hand washing it.
But
that is-
after that optimal gloss.
Right.
That's the recommendation you make there.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the 3-year is someone who doesn't intend on keeping the car a long time. Fine. But that is more the car that's garage kept, only goes out on a nice sunny day. Wax would have lasted 1.5 years on that car.
Okay.
That's the 3-year coating.
Okay. And then where does this 1 year, like, what's the recommendation here? Where would you steer someone into this? Is it because it is absolute ease of application? Is it like, why? Why are we doing the 1?
Ease of application. Some people like polishing their car every year.
Okay.
They want to polish it more often.
Yeah.
It's a lower cost alternative.
Okay.
We did the full prep of decontamination, polishing, panel prep. Is it really necessary? So someone that just wants, instead of putting a sealant on that's going to last 3 to 6 months, let's put on a coating that's going to last 12 to 16 months.
Okay. So it's that real hobbyist who's going, let me just continually work on my car. Let me not
Right.
put something on that's going to last too long. It's still going to give me really good performance,
Yes.
but I can come and rub on it again in 12 months' time and go through the whole
Right.
process, which they may enjoy.
Yeah, or the person that doesn't want to go through the whole process, but they
Okay.
just want more.
Something on there.
Yeah.
Is
And-
this something that I could put on my car before I'm ready to commit to a full paint correction and a full ceramic coating?
Yes.
Like I'm in an in-between stage where I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but
Yes.
I want some protection on there. I can slap this on here and that will get me by for the next
Right.
6, 8, 10, 12 months.
You're right. And it's better protection than a sealant.
Yeah.
So like NV ceramic detail spray, it has ceramic in it, but it's not as intense of a protection, especially chemical protection, compared to the 1-year coating.
And in 10 months' time, and this hasn't quite failed, is it quite easy for me to rip off by polishing?
Light polish, it's gone.
Good.
Continue on. You're
Show
doing
me
your,
the second one.
you're doing.
I
your
don't
good
know
job.
where I am over here because you guys were having a great discussion. So
Sorry,
Yeah,
I left
we
you
were
alone.
in your way.
Yeah.
I feel like these questions are important for.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
Very good questions.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm asking the question not because I don't feel like I have the answer, but
Yeah, no, it's good
yeah.
for the viewers.
It creates a bit of, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Nick does too? Sort of gets it out of you.
50-50.
Yeah.
What'd you do here?
who, me?
No, you.
Oh, yeah.
You leaned on the pad there.
Oh, that's going to create a high spot.
So Glenn left a huge high spot here.
That Glen.
Yes.
Not this Glen.
Yeah.
That's all right, but this Glen will fix it. Watch this.
Oh, what high
Oh.
spot?
What high spot?
Why was that so hard to remove?
Skill and expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to go over it like one time.
Exactly. Skill and precision, actually.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
So we can see on the PPF, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but that's a very porous, bad PPF. It's 10 years old, and oh, look, it wiped off beautifully. Yeah.
That is what is making this product so easy to use, is the wipe off.
Right.
I don't want to fight and fight and fight against a product to
No.
remove it.
Gentlemen, what did you think?
I thought the ease of application was, I mean, it was easy. Very, very easy.
I like that when you put it down, you can see where you've been. So there's definitely a change in hue. It's darker and richer where you've been, and then it's sort of dull where you haven't been.
Right.
And as you wipe over, you sort of it's grabby, and then it goes slick.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in the initial application. I mean, what I quite enjoyed is that I didn't have to work fast. So I wasn't rushing to come
No.
behind you with a first wipe and get rid of it, because if I didn't, it was going to leave a high spot. We worked our way around the whole car. In fact, it was kind of work slower to
Yeah.
work better and
Yeah.
easier.
We
And-
applied to the whole vehicle before even thinking of leveling.
We did.
Yeah.
In fact, you had to tell us, no, just hold fire.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
And in
Let it
fact,
have
the
time.
longer we waited, it self-leveled itself in some
Yes.
cases.
Yeah.
So perfect. And then the wipe off. So I don't want to fight removing product.
No.
And so the it's self-leveling, and then the removal was just bliss, easy.
Yeah. And, you know, we used a lot of coating here. So,
Yeah, well, I think that was the other thing, is the amount of coating we used. It was very, very minimal.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a long way from whatever the production bottle of this is, whether
Yeah.
it's 20 mil, 30 mil, you're going to get a lot of vehicles out of that.
with that, I'd like to thank you very much.
Yes.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Omni Garage YouTube channel. They also have a Facebook, an Instagram, all of that fun stuff. You even have a website. I
We
think.
have, yeah.
Website?
OmniGarage.co.nz.
Yeah. So, if you want
you're
to
in
see
New
this
Zealand
work,
and you want your car detailed professionally, reach out to these gentlemen.
Cool.
And with that, we'll see you in the next one. But in the meantime, there's another Porsche that we did right above Glen.
this is a great opportunity. Make sure you subscribe to the DIY Detail channel, and make sure you subscribe to the Omni Garage channel.
Intelligent cars, aren't they?
Very intelligent.